Memphis.
We've got some more action coming up in a moment. We saw PG-13 get a victory over Heartbreaker and Reggie B. Fine. And you'll be seeing Brian Christopher coming up in a moment. And obviously, we're going to be seeing Dangerous Doug Gilbert, because here he comes right now. A guy that I guess is probably not too happy right at the moment.
Well, you know what, Lance Russell? I talked to a couple of my friends this morning, and they said, Doug, you look kind of depressed. Well, see, Lance, I'm not really depressed. I'm a little disgusted. Because, see, what has happened, in which I think you can agree with me to this, is about 2 months ago I come out here and I said I was starting the Dangerous Alliance. And I did start the Dangerous Alliance, and I put together some of the best talent in the world. I put the Eliminators together and made them World Tag Team Champions, and I let Burt Prentice have them. I had my brother, which is one of the best wrestlers in the world, with me, and what happened? Jerry Lawler and Brian Christopher re-injured his neck, so he's no longer with us. Then I had my lovable manager, Scott Bowden, which nobody had a problem with. He weighed about 130 pounds, Lance Russell. And you know what Brian Christopher and Jerry Lawler did to him? They give him a big pile driver, and I don't know if we'll ever see him again. And then we get to the Dream Machine, Troy Graham, which is like a brother to me, just like my own brother, Eddie Gilbert. And they took a baseball bat, Lance Russell, and broke Troy Graham's ribs, hit him time and time again, and broke his ribs, and now he can't wrestle.
I heard that story.
So what has this left me with? I'm like a man without a country. There's nobody else left with me, so what can I do? Right here, Brian Christopher, what you started right here in this TV station. And this has been going on month after month after month. So what I'm fixing to say is I'm not a greedy man. I don't want to wait. See, Brian Christopher, you hurt these guys. You hurt my best friends, my family. And then you come out here and you glorify it, and all these idiots right over here, they want to say, Brian, you're the greatest. You're the greatest thing that's ever walked. Well, Brian Christopher, I don't think much of you. What I do think of you is bad, because I hate your guts. And I'm sick and tired of looking at you. I'm sick and tired of coming out here saying anything about you. So what I'm fixing to say, if you've got one little gut in your yellow belly body, why don't you bring your butt right out here in this ring right now? I see what I said all the time, Brian, Brian. Why I'm sick to my stomach of Brian. So what I'm saying, Lance Russell, this is a little challenge. I know you're back there in the back looking right dead into these eyes. This is a little challenge from me to you. If you're not the biggest gutless wonder of all time, why don't we do it right here? Let's don't wait till this week. Let's don't wait any longer.
He's not gutless, and you know it.
Oh, he's not gutless. Okay, well, I'm fixing to hop right up in this ring. And like I said, if you're not the yellowest man in the world, why don't you bring your butt right out here and we'll finish this. This will be the famous final scene. They will be no more Doug Gilbert, Brian Christopher, because this will be it right now.
Hey, listen, you start hopping, you better get ready to jump, because this guy doesn't back down from anybody. Doug Gilbert throwing a challenge out there to Brian Christopher, saying, let's do it. I'm tired. I'm a man alone. Everybody's been hurt. Run out of here. Hey, here comes Brian Christopher, Dave.
Yes.
Hey, I'm for this. We had another match with Christopher, but here we go. We're off and running, and I don't blame you. Ring the bell, and let's enjoy.
Brian Christopher wasted no time coming out here. He got nailed in the midsection. Look out, a neck breaker by Doug Gilbert. Brian back on his feet, seems to be okay. Doug Gilbert slaps him, hits him with a left fist, then another. Brian staggered into the rope. Doug nails him again. Here's Brian with a right hand of his own. These two slugging it out right in the middle of the ring. Referee Kevin Christian off to the side watching. Off the ropes, a good one by Brian Christopher, and another one puts Doug Gilbert down. He bounces right back to his feet. Man, a super kick.
Is he who puts Gilbert down, hammering away with that right hand, and Doug,
Tommy Rich, wildfire.
We celebration 94, baby. This is the biggest mastermind plan that I have ever come up here in my life.
Yeah.
He's screaming and hollering to the ball. That's my real certified. Don't send me no flyers, because I ain't dead yet. Now look at him. He's not too sexy now, is he? He's not too bright.
Oh, yeah, now we got two of them. You want to jump out there and jump into the middle of it?
Right, what they did to Scott Bowden, but we can't punish him. That's right. Punish him, Doug.
Hey,
Punish him.
hey.
Doug Gilbert.
It was a mastermind plan last
Oh,
night.
yeah. Tommy Rich.
I told you that it don't play to mess with me, Brian Christopher. I told you dearly, brother. It don't pay to mess with Troy the Dream Machine Graham.
A disgusting display, too, Troy Graham.
I think it's a good display, my
Ooh, right in the throat.
About that, I want him to kill him. Put him on his misery, Tommy. That is the greatest guy right there to ever hit professional wrestling, Tommy Wildfire Rich. He put George on the mat. Look at Dirty Doug Gilbert, my brother. Look, that's right. Put him out of his misery.
We've seen Tommy Rich hide under ring.
Russell, that's right. Knock him down. Knock him down on the wrist there. Put him down on the ground.
Slamming Brian Christopher with a DDT.
Oh, there's phonies to get well caught.
Right down on the
Get up
table.
and fight. Why don't he fight now, Dave?
You can't fight her standing on him with a table on top of him.
Fight neither.
Hey, come on, that's it. Get somebody else out here and let's get this thing stopped. Here goes Dream Machine now, Dave. Going up into the ring where they have destroyed Brian Christopher. I mean, Rich hit him with a jab to the throat. Again, a pile driver. They had DDT'd him on the table. Now, as Jeff Gaylord comes out to try to help, Spike Hubert being knocked off by the Dream Machine. Here comes PG-13, and they get pounded down to the mat. Colorado Kid and Brian Christopher, meanwhile, being hammered by everybody in there between Rich, Dream Machine, and Dangerous Doug.
And they've got that big old table, that folding table. Doug Gilbert has it up in the air again, putting it over his throat, choking him with it. If you've ever tried to pick one of those things up, you know what they weigh, and he's got it right on Brian Christopher's throat. PG-13, they're over there. They're rolling Brian out of the ring. They've got him out of there. Now let's hope they can get him out of the studio before Rich, Gilbert, and the Dream Machine get to it.
Carrying him right out of the studio, dragging him out anyway to get him away from this maniacal trio that we see up there. Gilbert, Dream, and Rich. Tommy Rich, where in the world did he come from? Oh, they are really thrilled and excited about what they did. As Gilbert, putting all this plan together, gets Tommy Rich to come in and join them while they all jump on. I hope you're proud.
See, don't forget, I still have brothers.
And what are you doing?
You know, Lance Russell, when they said your nightmare's over, Brian Christopher, your worst nightmare is just begun. You might have a secret partner, but it don't matter because we just had the victory celebration.
I tell you, we're going to get out of here.
Find the right chronicle, son. I told it. Waller, you're dead, Waller.